Many people need to use an intermittent catheter for medical reasons, but using it for the very first time can be daunting. And for those who need one long term, it can cause anxiety and discomfort. Medical technology company Convatec recognise this and, with the help of specialist professionals, support catheter users to help catheterising become a part of their everyday life.
When she was diagnosed with MS 12 years ago, Alison knew she'd have to prepare for many physical changes. But there was one change which affected her far more than she'd expected. She would have to start using an intermittent catheter.
I was terrified. I was absolutely horrified. Obviously, being a nurse, I've catheterised a lot of people in my time. But when you're actually doing something like that to yourself, all you see is you've got a disability and you're not normal. You're very isolated. And all these have a huge impact on your self-esteem and who you are.
Alison is not alone. A recent study showed that 40% of catheter users find the process difficult and painful. Alison found that using catheters with a sticky lubricant often gave her debilitating urinary tract infections. She now uses one made by Convatec with the company's patented Feel Clean technology, and things are much better.
The catheter that I use now is the Gentle Cath Glide. I find this one is a lot better. One, because it doesn't use that lubricant on it, that sticky lubricant, and it's quite a soft one, so it is quite easy to use.
Convatec have now teamed up with health psychologists to improve understanding of catheter use.
If you've done something forever, gone to the toilet forever in a certain way, and you've not had to think about it, and suddenly you're confronted with now you're going to have to use a catheter to go to the toilet and relieve yourself, there's huge resistance that comes with that. There's all sorts of considerations if you're going to do it right, if you're going to cause harm, whether that's causing tears or causing infections. So there's loads of factors that you have to consider in terms of the process of doing it, which can come with significant anxiety, and it comes with a sense of loss as well, of just being able to go to the toilet like a normal person, quote unquote. So that can be really challenging for people.
Convatec have developed educational tools and videos to support users. They believe information and advice are key to helping people integrate catheterising into their daily lives.
They're not always going to be in the same situation in life. They're going to be in different environments. They're going to be in different places. And we need to be able to help them readjust to manage the procedure. In the early days, we had a booklet to show patients. Then we had a DVD they could go home and watch. Now, a lot of the companies have home delivery companies that have staff support that will ring the patients, check how they're doing. They run courses online and Zoom groups for patients catheterising to go online and speak to people that are doing similar things. So it's around the support and the additional services surrounding the area that's really come along in the last few years.
Paul Carenza joined a Facebook group where catheter users share experiences and advice. He's been self-catheterising since he was 8 years old. Now he's a stand-up comedian. Work trips have to be carefully planned.
When I was born, I had some organs on the outside, which isn't ideal because they're called internal organs.
It's one of those hidden disabilities, I suppose. Even though I kind of almost don't think of it as a disability for myself because I've always had this. But certainly as a young adult, that was probably the time of most anxiety for me as I was working out how to take this existence that I had in the home, how to take that into a social life and how to take it out of the house and go and do things and live the life I wanted to live, really.
Paul and Alison have accepted that catheter use is part of their lives, and now they understand the benefits.
You can go on holiday, you can be mobile, I can go out with my best mates. All these things that I miss doing so much because I was obsessed that I can't go out because I need the loo every 5 minutes.
For years, I did feel quite alone in all this, and I didn't know anyone else who was doing this. I didn't really even think there were other options of people I could talk to. But realising you can talk to people is great.
And Convatec say they're committed to giving people like Alison and Paul more mobility more confidence and more freedom.